Welcome to Nashcraft, everyone. Here to review 3 amazing supplements for your Shadowdark TTRPG games. Alright everyone, here for a quick video just to review 3 different supplements that I use on the reg when I run my Shadowdark games, and there'll be a bonus 4th one if you stick towards the end. So here we go. Alright, so first one up, by far the most useful one for me that I've found, whether I am prepping beforehand or if I need something on the fly. Expanded equipment is the best. Has so many amazing tables in here. Adds some new weapons, adds some new armor, adds a whole section about poison, a whole thing about traps. Very, very useful, and a lot of it is arranged in D100 tables. So that way, if you're needing to roll random loot on the fly, then you can just roll a D100 and see what item you happen to get. So yes, Expanded Equipment by Chubby Funster, and one thing I would like to highlight is the Spell Catalyst section. I think this is a really interesting way of having once again, it's all arranged in a D100 table. So if I happen to roll like a 14 or something and I get some Black Currant, or the player is visiting a particular shop that has this and they happen to be a priest, if they have this item, it says it is a hardy winterberry from the shrub grown in northern regions. If held while casting Bless, it consumes the item and grants advantage when the Bless luck token is used. So nice little buff there. Copper Nugget, a small chunk of metal that fits easily inside your fist. If held while casting Detect Magic, it consumes the item and raises the range to far. Little neat augmentations there for these spell catalysts, and I think even if you don't particularly use every single one of these, maybe you'll start getting those creative juices flowing for minor little items or benefits that players like to chase and do all that sort of character building and whatnot in planning. So yeah, Expanded Equipment, excellent source. Next one that I use a lot is Letters from the Dark, and they have a bunch of great little zines full of tons of extra items and races and content by Chris Powell. This one in particular, I'm going to be talking about the keeps aspect, and I don't even use the rules exactly word for word or exactly use them as a keep for my game at the moment. But what I did use it for is essentially most of the same rules. I could just kept the cost for simplicity, and all the little effects from the buildings or the extra add-ons to your keep in this supplement. It's essentially a nice little way for your players to have a goal for something in mind. Like I had some clerics and I have a paladin in my campaign, and they were saving a bunch of money to not only build the building itself, but also to build on top of it. Then inside this building was going to be a chapel to Saint Taragnus. So that way, every adventure session, they would get an extra luck token at the beginning. Another wizard in our group, Muddle, the evil kobold wizard, neutral evil, built himself a wizard tower, aka he built the library, so that way if he ever found scrolls, it would make the DC check easier for him to learn the scrolls. So yeah, I think this is just a great way for players to have particular goals in mind, sort of have ways for their characters to interact with maybe the hub town. I definitely run a West Marches style campaign, so they're always heading back to this main hub. And so therefore they get to see the fruits of their labor when we stick new buildings in the town, and they actually feel those effects. So shout out to the rest of the zine. I don't want to spoil the rest of it, but there is so much great content in this. Only like $5 or $6 or something on Drive-Thru RPG, but this has a really, really good use. I really think this is a great product. Now another fun one that just has some fun magic items, but in case you need some more unique items to give on the fly perhaps, you can get one called Ensorcelled Loot by Philip Reed, also on Drive-Thru RPG. And this is really cool. They've kind of done it in a card print form, so you can print it out and have a front and back. Maybe when you need to draw from a deck of cards and see what items you need to randomly conjure up. Yeah, but for here, we'll just go through, first couple, and you can kind of see here. Ziakadel's Ensorcelled Poison, a black elixir that somehow tastes like licorice, but even more bitter. Benefit: Constitution 15, or suffer 1d4 damage, but on a successful check, you gain +2 to all rolls to resist poisons for the next 1d4 hours. Potion of Dead Magic. The azure elixir sparked and glowed, the concoction throwing off infinitesimal arcs of lightning the second the bottle was uncorked. Benefit: once swallowed, you may only be injured by magic and silver weapons for 2d4 plus 1 rounds. Oh, that's a pretty neat item. Very cool. Last one here. Chalice of Countless Curses. This evil-looking chalice causes all who see it to shiver involuntarily for a moment. Benefit: once each day, drinking from this chalice restores 2d4 health points. And a curse: anyone who drinks from this cursed chalice has disadvantage on all spellcasting rolls for 1 day. Oh, interesting. So yeah, spellcasters definitely need some of that health back, but, you know, don't know a single wizard who would ever do this. So, yeah, every wizard I know would rather die than have worse spellcasting checks. And here is your bonus supplement and a little plugin for my own, but it's my Carousing Expanded supplement, and it is one that I use a lot because carousing is definitely a big hallmark at the table, and the players think it's great. And this is all this supplement does for less than $2 is expand the number of options that there are from the base game. So as you'll see here, yeah, you're still going to roll a d8. It's still the exact same rules from the Shadowdark game. You'll roll a d8, but then you'll roll an extra d4 to determine the sub-result, essentially. And it adds over like 45 new results, essentially, all the way up to 14 plus. You know, for instance, yeah, you might roll a d4, and instead of the typical you wake up literally in your bed, you might awake to a dual summons from a knight who says you agreed to it and that you claim to be Targ the Destroyer. And so, yeah, you'll get an extra little higher XP reward there, but you also might have a duel with a knight or reaver. Or this one, you crashed a wedding party, and there's a 50% chance it went really well, or a 50% chance it went poorly. And in that case, you'll gain 3 experience points, and perhaps you'll have an ally or enemy couple. Or how about this one? You roll a 4 and then a 2. Next morning, you find a new tattoo on your body. Gain 3 XP and a tattoo. So yeah, just a bunch of extra results for carousing. If you like carousing, well, here's even more for you to have a good laugh with your friends. So that's going to be it, y'all. Those 4 quick supplements that I use pretty much every single Shadowdark game for the most part. Let me know what you are using for your games and what makes them a little more spicier, a little faster, a little smoother. Drop a comment down below. Hope to see you around. Check out all the links down below in the description. And hope that you have a great game this week. And hope to see you on the next video. Adios.